Okay, welcome to video 2 in my series of Will ADHD Meds Affect Creativity? Yeah, I don't even know where to start on this. This is also my second video in kind of relaunching my channel, so thanks everyone for the positive messages and the support so far. This is here for a reason. I mentioned in my last video that sometimes having ADHD feels like this is what I've got in my head when I try to look at my tasks of the day. I can be honest and say I purposely made this tangled mess, and it was quite stressful actually for me to make this on purpose. And honestly, even on camera, trying to untangle it, it actually is stressing me out even looking at it and thinking about untangling it. Some of the things are a little bit easier to do. Look at that one, okay? But point being, all my thoughts tend to overlap, turn into knots, get tangled. And let's say the pink cord is something I have to do with work that day. Okay, so we should be able to kind of, we'll see what we've done now is we've picked up the entire thing. So that's a great example of you want to take on a task, the pink cable, but even in taking on that one specific task, you tend to then call into play all of the other tasks you're thinking about. So you can see I've made some progress. It's coming through there. But at the end of the day, it's still all connected. And even once I get this one out, I'm gonna have all this still together. Okay, what's the point I'm trying to make here? I'm going to be starting the medication Concerta. I haven't started taking it yet. I'm waiting because I'm going to document that. The reason I want to document that is because I want to see and will share with you, the audience, is it changing my understanding of this clump? Let's get to that. So this video is about me writing a song from scratch. I will have no previous thoughts of what that song will look like. A real simple song, but I just want to kind of try to come up with a melody, a verse style on guitar, and then I'm going to do that today without any ADHD medication. Then I'm going to take the Concerta that same day, check this tangled wire clump out, but also write a song and give you, the audience, input on what I'm experiencing. Is it difficult? Is it easy? What am I feeling? So we're going to move this, because I cannot handle looking at this right now. So we're getting this out of here. Take that, ADHD. You don't own me, you. Guitar. Hi there. Different angle. This guitar, it was actually a gift to me from my parents. It was my first acoustic guitar that I owned. I've written most of my songs on this. This is how I do most of my songwriting. So right now, we're going to try to write a new song. I have no ideas yet. Oh look, you're over here now. Starting point with guitar, like I said, I'm just gonna throw the capo on. For the purpose of this video, I'm not gonna try to write lyrics. I'm just gonna maybe come up with a simple chorus melody, and then we'll do the same thing, repeat this whole process once I take the ADHD medication, and see if I feel anything different, and I'll talk to you while I do it. So what is that? A lot of times when I write a new song, what I'm trying to do, first technical failure of the relaunch of the YouTube channel. Receiver on the mic pack died, so I've thrown the capo on the 3rd fret. Often the thing that brings out something new for me is a rhythm and not so much a combination, because a lot of these combinations I've played before or heard before. Before the mic died, I started doing this progression. It's kind of cool, interesting style. Sounds a little bit like Sloan or something to me. Legendary East Coast Canadian band. I was just starting to fiddle around with a verse melody, so here now I'm getting, for the first time, an idea for words. So as you can hear, I'm saying, many times before. Could this be a verse? Could this be something I use for a verse? Many times before, I've seen it, I've done it all alone, done it all alone. Okay, so I'm not sure what the lyrics would be there, and again, like I said, I'm not going to try to write verse lyrics because that's the part that usually takes me the longest. But what I'd like to do is try to figure out a pre-chorus, and then maybe what would a chorus sound like. And again, the whole point of this is, what's this going to look like once I've started taking the ADHD medication? Is it going to change the process of writing? Am I going to be quicker, more focused, more efficient? Am I going to stop talking to the camera as much? Okay, so pre-chorus on a chord progression like this could easily go to, I'm making noises. I don't know if this is probably normal for other songwriters out there. For people who don't write songs, what I'll often do in verses, choruses, pre-choruses, whatever, is I'll just make syllable sounds. So you heard a word there, time. So sometimes that will happen. A word will come out and then I think, okay, maybe I can lead to that word with lyrics. That's part of the songwriting process. Let's see if we can find our way into a chorus. The last thing you want is for your chorus to hit and the audience to not connect to it because it actually is less dynamic than your verse in some ways, where the verse actually like catches their ear, but then you hit a chorus and the audience is like, okay, now the song just got boring. Let's see if we can fall into a chorus. Okay, that's kind of cool. I mean, minor or major there, so. I think minor sounds better there. So maybe sticking with the same chords as the verse, but changing the rhythm and doing kind of a straight up. And I do realize this is, pretty basic, but this is for the purposes of demonstrating on this video how I write a song. I think it does the trick. So let's say we go into the chorus, which is, nope, what was I saying? So that'll happen sometimes, which is why I always record my songs on my voice memos of my phone. Because if I come up with a chorus, if I stop playing, go back into the verse, I will just forget what chorus I just did. So I'll have to go back to the recording and say, oh, right, that was what I was doing. In this case, I have forgotten what the chorus originally was that I did. You'll know, and in the edit, I'll go back to it and be like, boom, there it is. But right now, I can't watch back the footage, but for now, I'm just going to go with the chorus that just came out. So back to the verse. So that actually could be a re-intro. So often a song starts with real heavy at the beginning of the song just to catch people's attention. And often with a hook over top of it, maybe a guitar hook or like a come into the verse, you'd go almost into like a what's called palm muting, or all the instruments pull away a little bit and it gives the vocal more room. So, many times before, I've been feeling alone. Many times before, oh, when it found night, feeling alone. I feel like I'm okay, so we basically have the structure. We have a verse, we have a pre-chorus, and a chorus. So hopefully that's a little insight. Now on a song like this, it'd go into some kind of solo at some point. That or you'd go into a bridge. What you do with the bridge is you go into a different chord progression, almost a different tone. And that gives you the opportunity to like kind of jar the audience a little bit to remind them like we're still listening to a song. And then after the bridge, the intent is to return to the original tone and feeling, to kind of circle back, come full circle and say, okay, that's kind of how good storytelling works, how good songwriting works. I shouldn't say good songwriting, that's just how I do it. I don't know if that's the best. So I'm trying to find the bridge there. Oh. Maybe? Back to like a stripped back chorus. Full band comes back in. I always enjoy a song that an audience can listen to maybe twice, or maybe even once, or maybe even when they're mid-listen. And as the song comes to the chorus the second time, you can already sing to it. You're already kind of involved. You're already part of the song. I like to make stuff accessible so that we can do it together. To me, I want it to be, the reason I create, the reason I make art, I think is because I don't like feeling lonely. I'd say probably my biggest issue in life is being alone. I don't like being alone. But if for a moment I can be playing a song and feel like everyone's connected because they're all on that same page in that same moment, I think that just takes a little bit of the sting away of some of the stuff I struggle with. I think that's pretty much all I need to do for now. That's a rough song. Please stay tuned because I'm going to take my ADHD medication for the first time, the Concerta. I'm going to talk to you as I do it, and then we're gonna come down here, we're gonna look at that pile of cables, how do I view it, then we're gonna write a song, and we're gonna see how it changes. So if you want to see that process, like, subscribe, share, comment, whatever people like to do, I encourage you to do that, because this whole thing for me is actually part of what's making it less scary to start a new medication. Thanks for checking it out, and we'll see you on the next one, hopefully next week. Yeah.